Greeting to all, beloved human family. I come to you today to talk briefly about astrology and about minor planets that have essential function within astrology. Of course, it is my perception. I'm not an expert in astrology or in mythology. For most of those planets were integrated, those consciousness were integrated to those planets after we fall into duality, because all our mythology is part of our history, that when we were in the fourth dimension, those were actually different form, but since we fall into this veil of forgetfulness, those consciousness expanded into this higher realm, and so there are subtle influences that are working in the invisible world to educate us, to bring us into the alignment eventually. So a solar system is one solar system among billions of solar systems in the Milky Way galaxy, and so we will later on come to understand more that life is everywhere, that life is all there is life. There is nothing else than life. You cannot be outside of life. Everything comes from life, and life has created life and everything that is. So essentially the solar system is made of the sun. The sun is 99% of the solar system, and the 1% remaining of the 99% of this 1% is Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune, and the 0.1% left is the rest of the other planets. Of course, we need to integrate the major influences, the yin and the yang, before we can experience the more subtle energies. And so I'm gonna go and comment on the painting, because it is somewhat of a congregation. Like, of course, it's only 100 planets. There are hundreds of thousands of planets, if not millions of planets, maybe more even, that are part of our solar system. Some of them are very small, but they may have a very powerful effect. I will only comment on my own intuitive perception, how those planets have integrated my consciousness. Eventually they will all work more consciously with me as I seek to discover their influence and power. But for now they're very some of them have had much more influence than others. So this painting represents the solar system, and here is the sun, which is a quite dominating force, and here you have Mercury, Venus, Gaia, which is the Earth on the fifth dimension, and Luna and Mars. Those are very essential planets. Of course, the Earth is the most essential of all planets for us, as we are living here on the Earth. But and on the French video, I didn't speak of Demeter, which is a major influence. Anyway, I will make addition later on. So here we have so all those planets have personas, energies. They all influences on some level. Here we have the planet Amor, which is a heart that is split in two but unified. And next to it is the planet Sappho, that rules homosexuality. Then the planet Tisiphone, which is I'm not really sure, I haven't really made contact with it, but it is like a moon with a cross over it. And here is Phobos and Deimos, the moons of Mars. Cassandra, that the planet that tells us that some things are not for us. Iris, that it's like an eye. It is a beautiful planet. I haven't really been able to experience it all that much yet. Juno, which is the planet of long-term relationship and deep bonding. Planet Ceres, that is quite much about growth and community and very protector of the natural world. Ceres may be one of the potential planets for future expansion of creating human civilization outside of the Earth. Then we have Minerva here, which is a goddess. It's a wonderful energy. She's been very helpful to me recently. The planet Odysseus, which is a moon shooting out. I came to realize that those symbols are very representative of some of the energy that is being projected by them. The planet Apollo, which looks like Saturn. I haven't really made much contact yet with it. Igea, which is a planet that helps grab, trap. It is like when you need to get a hold of something. This planet is powerful. The planet Siva, which has been helping me to integrate to accelerate my frequency, so I can integrate more of that energy of Chiron, the number one planet in my life, in my spiritual connection in this solar system. Of course, there is many more planets. There is a lot of invisible, and a lot is unknown yet to me. Bacchus is a planet that is a very festive planet that moves that moves the energy towards a celebration. Of course, it is only my own perception. You may have other intuition in relation to that, other knowledge. So follow your own intuition. The planet Circe, I don't really know yet, but yet I haven't really started to explore the music realm, so it might come into my life later on. Then there is the planet Orpheus, the planet Sphinx, the planet Asclepius. Those planets I haven't been really working with them consciously. The planet Flora, which is not also, I haven't really yet been making too much contact with it, but I would assume that it is about the flowers, and so I'm sure it's a beautiful energy. Lachesis is a very subtle, very powerful but subtle planet. I haven't really known much of it. I can't really tell much about it yet. The planet Child, which is like I'm not really sure yet, but if I ever decide to start a family, it might come into my life. Atlantis and Ibris also are planets that I haven't really integrated just yet. Diane has been part of my consciousness, though. It is a beautiful goddess. It used to be the goddess of war, but hunting. But she's quite peaceful now. Euphrosym is a planet I've been working with. It is the star, the one light, the one that is all, that becomes duality, that becomes Trinity. And so those symbols are kind of interesting to help us decipher the energy. The planet House, I'm not really sure, I haven't really been working so much with it, but it may come in later on. The planet Sylvia, which looks like a Christmas tree. Enteramnia, which is like a star within a wave, same thing. I'm looking forward to discover that. There is a planet here named Hector, which is a musical note with a star over it. So once again, I may get into the music aspect of creativity, and those planets will come in more. Europa, which looks like a tree with a plant with a star above it. Here we have a planet with two little moons, which is Omea, Nimaka, and Namaka. I assume that the spiritual energy being given, names are given from Hawaiian language. Here we have two planets which are quite mysterious. I haven't really unlocked their keys and powers yet, which is Kwewar and Wewat. Same thing with Davida, which is a moving force, but I haven't really been able to unlock it yet. Saturn, which is one of the most important planets of our solar system. It is a crystalline planet. It is the teacher. It is essential. It is it is the one who reminds us of our cosmic responsibility. And here we have Kronos, which is another outer planet. Here we have a planet called Niobe. I don't really know that much about it. Nemesis is very much about the way I sense it is that it's like a contrast, whatever. It's like your anti-self. I'm not really sure. It hasn't been bothering me all that much though, even though it may have subtle influence. Taureau, which is like a Venus, but with a little horizontal line on top of the center. Ebe, which is a magnificent fulfillment, not fulfillment, but astonishing planet. When something incredible happens, this planet will participate in that experience. Panacea, which is also the best of everything. Siwa, which is very close to Siva, but has one more line. I haven't really integrated that much of her energy. Hecate, which is a moon carrying a flag. I'm not really sure yet also. I have had a little contact, but not all that much, so I can't really say all that much about it. Saturn, I felt that it's a very darker planet, a lot of dark activities, for it is we're still evolving as a solar system. Urania, I haven't really yet integrated those planets, Astraea, Orphea. Hopi sounds very wonderful too. It looks very humble and very reverential planet. Arachne, which is a planet of spider, it is a very highly creative planet. Here we have a planet named Orcus with its moon called Vinth. I can't really tell much about it. It's not like, although it feels like there is a Cetacean connection. Here I've represented the planet Jupiter. It's got 63 moons. There's a matriarchal society. It is some of those moons in Jupiter will later on be potential for human civilization to set up bases on some of those moons. Although there are already humanoid civilization that are unknown to the collective consciousness that have been living on Jupiter for a very long time. This planet has been coming in a little bit for me. It's called Bamberga. It is quite nice. It is. I can't really say much about it. I just know it's there as an influence in my life. Pluton and some of its moon. That is used to be a home of a very an old civilization, but they have moved beyond the physical realm. Here we have Eris and Dysnomia. Eris is the planet of chaos. And so I don't fool around too much with those planets. They're really I don't really want to get into chaos. I have plenty of that without having to push in that direction. Here we have Apollo, which is like Gemini with a Jupiter crossing on it. So it's a very beautiful planet. Here we have Pandora, which is the box that you do not want to open after that, there are certain. It's got its function. It is like it is something that once you open, you can never close. The planet Fortuna, which is like the wheel of fortune. Atropos, I haven't really been working so much with it. Psyche also is a powerful planet, but I can't really say much about it since I haven't really had much personal contact with it. Ixion, Industria, which I assume is part of the development of industry. Eurydice, Tantalus, which allows us to spray our energy. Terpsichore, which is like very much an energy that is about disbalance and coming out of balance, so it is part of it. Nostalgia, everybody knows that planet. Everybody's been nostalgic sometimes. Photographia, which is to me it feels like a frame when it's like the frames of life. Life is moving so fast we do not see the frames. It feels like it's a continuation, but in truth there are frames. And Black Moon Lilies, I haven't really been working with that energy. I haven't really seen it. I haven't heard about it. I just know it's there, and I included it in this painting. Ornamenta is a beautiful planet. It's very hypnotic. You can look at it. It will hypnotize you. It's so beautiful. Icarus is everybody knows the story of Icarus. It is the one who flies too close to the sun and got his wing burned. Demeter was a very powerful planet, was connected to Ceres also. It's been working very strongly with me. Cloto also helped me the other day, I thank him. Requiem I haven't really been working with yet. Hera and Isis are very powerful planets. Isis has been working very close to me. Uranus is a magnificent planet of awakening with Proteus, Titania, Umbriel and Ariel are represented here. Ariel is a name of an archangel as well. Those are very advanced planets. They will integrate our consciousness once we are ready. Here we have planet Cetus and Sedna, Mekmek, Pythia. I haven't really had much, I don't have much to share about those. I haven't really been able to integrate any of their energy. Pallas is a very essential planet, and Vesta, it represents the highest value, the solar logo. Helios and Vesta, the two solar logos. Sisyphus, I can't really say much about it, I don't really know. Victoria is the planet of victory. Eros is the planet of falling in love. Anomia is a star with a heart below, so it is. I haven't really yet integrated that energy, but it is very powerful, I'm sure, and it looks very beautiful. Cibor is like the symbol of the earth with a star above it, with a little roof, so it is I'm sure it is quite important for us. The planet Neptune, which is the planet of dream. Here we have Admetos, here we have Salacia and Actaea, Volcanus, a very dynamic planet. Varuna. Well, I think that's about it. I kind of wanted to make this little tour, this little to present a little bit this community of living beings. For to me, the planets are living beings. The Earth is a real person, and the Sun is a real person, and all the moons, every planet is very much a living entity, and so eventually we will merge our consciousness to the higher planes, and so we'll be able to work more directly with all those. I hope you find this interesting. I wish you a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.